Hello! Oh, I can't even use our ice.
Hey guys, so up to this moment we've kind of made videos, as if we just work together on these videos. I've made videos about individual people or individual channels or just individual events. So I made videos about BuzzFeed and Ryan Franklin and like individual stuff. But today I just thought I'd compile a lot of things that I had to say into one video. So today we're talking about the state of the old school British YouTube. And now wait, let me just explain what I mean. So when I think about like old school English YouTube, like UK YouTubers, I think of Alfie Deyes, I think of Zoella, Tanya Burr, Marcus Butler, all of like the old school names. Wow, that sounds bad when you think like people from like 2010 or like old school, yeah. So we're gonna get right into the video. So the first person I want to talk about is Marcus Butler. We can see that a lot of old school YouTubers have made the jump from like old YouTube to new YouTube, and they've managed to still get a lot of views, like Alfie Deyes and those people who are still relevant. And then there's Marcus. So Marcus Butler was one of the main British YouTuber group guys who used to get hundreds of thousands of views a video, who used to all collab together and share fans basically. They would all kind of be in the same bucket of fans and views, and they would all get hundreds of thousands of views. And you can see that by just going to sort by most popular. His most popular video has 9.6 million views and is with Tyler Oakley. Now Tyler Oakley is an American YouTuber, but he used to like dabble with, is that what it's called? He used to like get in with the British crowd. Anyway, 8.6 million 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So 3 to 4 years ago, and even 2 years ago, he was still making content that was getting a lot of views. Now let's look at his newest content. His newest content is a big fall from the pedestal that he was on. For a channel with almost 5 million views to be getting 30,000 and 50,000 views is actually bad. I can tell from the content that he has moved away from the PG British YouTuber vibes that he was giving everyone to everything that's relevant right about now. So 1 month ago he made a video called Kids Who Flex Need to Be Stopped, a Lil Tay parody. Then he has another video called I Don't Know What to Film Anymore, which fair enough, it seems like you don't. Kanye West tweets in real life, honest YouTuber interview. All of these just seem like parodies of stuff that is meant to seem relatable but is not relatable to anyone that isn't a YouTuber or isn't in the spotlight in like the internet realm of things. So it's just kind of like you're trying to be relatable, but you're not at the age where you can relate to teens anymore, and you're also not in education anymore. You don't have a conventional job, so really everything you're saying isn't really that relatable to anyone. But we're gonna watch a few videos and just see if maybe I'm judging him too quickly, right? Because I'm fair. Why am I so far away from the camera? We're gonna click on the honest YouTuber interview, which just has money in the thumbnail. It's a great start. Oh, I subscribed by accident. Oh no, oh no. So the video has 75,000 views, which as I said, isn't great for a 4.5 million subscriber channel. So yeah, let's just watch the video and let's see maybe why his views have dropped, because maybe there is a reason that I'm just not noticing because I haven't watched his content since I was like 11. Yes, I used to watch all of the British YouTubers when I was like a preteen, and then once I hit puberty I was like, damn, this sucks, and then I just unsubscribed from everything. Oh, I love the iMovie typical, you know, that filter, like the one that everyone used to use back in like literally 2010 when like everyone thought this looked great. And I'm just quite concerned that he's using that in 2018.
Green. You know, money.
So now I actually watched this video and it is 3 minutes of him just making the same joke again and again and again.
Bringing home the bacon. Rich, make bank, brand deals. Love brand deals. There's either moolah or there isn't.
And again, because apparently that's what good content is about now. We just make the same joke again and again for 3 minutes straight, and hope for the best. There is no punchline, there is no overall like message you're supposed to take away from this. It is literally him claiming to still be making a shit ton of money from YouTube and making that into like a joke to seem relatable. But as I said, YouTube isn't relatable. There's only a small fraction and a small percentage of people that start YouTube and get to the stage where they make a lot of money. Most people either end up with like 100 subs and making literally 2p a video, or they are just not YouTubers. People have normal jobs or go to school or doing normal things. So YouTube isn't actually as relatable as Marcus Butler seems to think. The answer to every question asked in this interview is basically just money. That is his answer to everything, and he thinks that this is like a ha-ha moment because YouTubers are money hungry. We knew this already, Marcus. There's really no need to point it out anymore. We know if someone makes a clickbait title or a clickbait thumbnail, they're just trying to get more views. And what do more views mean? More views mean more money. Yay! I managed to sum up a 3-minute video in like 10 seconds. Let's just move on, Marcus. Let's move on. And if you guys thought that, you know, that content isn't good, you know, that got 75,000 views. People might have enjoyed it. It did have a pretty good like to dislike ratio. Maybe his comedy style is just not my comedy style, and I'm not gonna find stuff that he finds funny. So let's just move on. Maybe there's better content out there. Yeah, I'm giving up. So he made a 6-minute video explaining why his intro changed, and that is as if I made a video which goes somewhat like this. Yeah, that wouldn't really be the quality content that you guys have signed up for, hey? Yeah, I wouldn't really say this is quality content either. But for anyone that ever has told me that my content is shit, at least I'm not making a 6-minute video about why my intro isn't my intro anymore. I don't think that even needs to be discussed. I don't think that's a topic of a whole video. 10 months ago, Marcus still had a girlfriend. I'm not sure if he still has a girlfriend because I'm not that interested in his life. But 10 months ago, he made a video which got 2.7 million views, which shows that he's actually not as irrelevant as I thought he was. He just needs to clickbait with boobs. That's all it is, guys. We've come to our conclusion. Marcus just needs to use boobs. He needs to learn from great content creators like JMX out here and all the other guys that are clickbaiting with boobs, and maybe he should start doing strip FIFA. Oh, actually, wait, that's not relevant anymore. Strip Fortnite, that was a thing that was kind of doing a thing for a while. So maybe Marcus, just more tits, less why I don't say hello anymore. Just a little hint from Angelica, clearly the best content creator on the platform. So now we're gonna move on to our next person. We're gonna get onto the man himself, Alfie Deyes. Yes, Alfie Deyes is still actually relevant. I don't know if maybe that's because he's still with Zoella. That is not why I want to talk about Alfie Deyes, because he is still relevant. So irrelevancy is not his main issue. It's the opposite. It's the fact that he doesn't know how to deal with it. He is an overly privileged young man who doesn't quite comprehend how privileged he is, and in some moments actually makes fun of less privileged people without actually making fun of them, which just goes to show how much he doesn't realize that he's privileged, if that makes sense. Because now if we get Ryan Franklin, which I did make a video about before, I will link it down below if you want to watch that after this video, of course. Ryan Franklin very blatantly makes it clear that he is better than other people. Whether he is or he isn't, that's a whole other debate, but he makes it pretty clear that he is better than other people. The Gucci hat, just, you know, talking about people living in council flats as if that is the big world issue right now. But Alfie Deyes, there's something about Alfie Deyes. He almost mocks people that are less privileged without realizing that he does it, which only goes to show how much he doesn't realize that he's privileged. I don't know if I'm making sense, and if any of you have like more than 10 brain cells, I'm sure you can wrap your head around this even with my shitty explanation, but if you can't, then there's nothing else I can do at this point. But my man's Alfie made a video where he lived on £1 a day, which I know some people have covered already, but I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. So if you write Alfie Deyes into YouTube, first thing that pops up is proposing to Zoella. So going back to my previous point, is Alfie Deyes still relevant because of Zoella, or is he relevant in his own right? I'm not going to dwell on that for too long. And the second suggestion is £1. Third suggestion, £1 video. Fourth suggestion, cheated on Zoella. So out of 4 of the top searches, 2 are to do with Zoella and 2 are to do with a scandal. And then the 5th one is £1, living on £1 challenge, and then trampoline, and then £1 again, and then vlog. So like his main channel concept, you know, Alfie Deyes is known for doing everyday vlogs. That is the last thing that people have actually been interested in out of this list of things, where 2 are about Zoella. So let's just watch the £1 video, eh? Oh, he deleted it. The actual original video has been deleted off YouTube by Alfie Deyes, so I'm gonna have to react to a re-upload of the video. There are multiple moments where Alfie Deyes makes it very clear that anything that is below privileged is just poverty. In Alfie's mind, there is the 1%, you know, who are in the like 40% bracket, and then there's just poverty. There is nothing between 40% and poverty. It is just how it is. There's no, you know, average in the middle. My biggest problem with like the £1 challenge would be, what am I gonna eat? How can I make 1 to 3 meals in a day for £1? Is that possible? How am I gonna make it happen? And then kind of reflect at the end of the video and just say, hey guys, homeless people live on about £1 a day if they're lucky. Clearly they are struggling. That is the whole point of the challenge, right? It's just to show that there are people who have to live on £1 a day, and it is very difficult. Now Alfie's biggest problem was that he couldn't have ice in his water.
Some ice cold water. Oh, I can't even use our ice because we don't use ice like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm just not sure that was the conclusion that we were supposed to come to. But you know, to each their own. And then there are other parts of the video where Alfie says he is living on £1 a day, but then goes shopping.
May or may not have done a little bit of shopping in town, but no food, no drink. So don't worry, I haven't spent anything out of the £1 budget.
It's very contradictory here, because you're not living on £1 a day. You're getting Ubers, you know, you're driving your car. You're not living on £1 a day. You're taking showers. You're doing all sorts that people that are living on £1 a day are not doing. So if you truly wanted to do a £1 challenge, don't shower, don't use Uber, don't go shopping. Don't go shopping. That's clearly not £1. And I just think the whole video was almost like he was convinced the whole time that he was like doing charity work, like he was doing this great thing because he was bringing awareness to, I don't even know what he was bringing awareness to be completely honest with you. I don't know what he was trying to do. He went shopping, he clearly did stuff that was worth more than £1, so it's just kind of I don't know what he was doing. Let's just move on, guys. This is a lost case for me. I'm glad he deleted the video now. You know what? This doesn't even deserve to live on the internet. Let's just move on. If you want me to talk about, you know, anything else of this sort, just do let me know. I do like to express my opinion about a lot of things that maybe some people wouldn't. It's been Angelica, right? I've never said that before, and I never will again. Subscribe, turn on my post notifications, leave a like, comment down below, anything you want to comment down below, and see you in my next one, because... just because. Bye guys.